It's planting day in the greenhouse. In here we have everything on a weekly rotation. So each week we're seeding, each week we're planting, and each week we're harvesting. So today's the day for seeding. I have all my seeds, just simple plastic storage containers where I have everything in here. I do keep them in our prep house where it's more climate controlled. They stay dry. The seeds keep really well in there. I find that they can last probably 2 years before I see any issue in germination. A lot of the stuff, especially in here, since it's on such a rotation, don't have the seeds for that long. There can be some other things that we just plant occasionally that we may have those seeds longer. And that's what I found. It's about 2 years before I start to see a drop in the germination, and I need to sort through the seeds and toss out those older seeds. So for the media that we're using in here, 2 different things that we use. We use Grodan cubes, which is a spun rockwool. This here is their 1-inch cubes. So that's 200 cells per tray. And we buy these by the case. We get them online through Kratky. They've actually had the best prices that we have found. Another media that we're using Promix. Promix is a peat moss based media. It's got perlite and a couple other things. And we use that as well. So I have this here in a 72 cell tray. This one's going to be for our green onion is for this. But you can see the space saving where this is 72 cells, and in that same space, in the rock wool, I'm getting 200 cells. So once these go onto the watering table, that's going to take up significantly less space than the Promix is going to take. The only downside I would say with the Promix is when you go to transplant, you want to make sure those roots are really well established. That way it holds that media together really well. If they're not well established when you transfer them into the tables, it can tend to wash the media away. So again, you want to make sure those plants are well established before they then get moved onto the table so that it holds onto that media and it doesn't wash off. Also, where I do have to buy the rockwool cubes online and have them shipped, and Crop King is actually very good with their shipping. They ship things pretty quickly and we'll get it within a couple of days. The Promix I can get locally. Agway carries it, and they always have it in stock. So it is something readily available, and if I have to get it really fast, I can. It's very simple. Just go to the store and get it. The trays that I use, I got these trays for the microgreens. These are from Bootstrap Farmer, and these are their microgreen trays. They are a 1020, and they have the holes at the bottom. These are really, really strong. They are more expensive than the typical 1020s that you find in the garden centers. As you can see, these very flimsy, and they crack. They don't last a long time. Most of the ones I have at least one crack in them. These from Bootstrap Farmer, again, they are more expensive. I've had these for years. I have not damaged any of them. They do not crack. They are very, very strong. And I not only use them for the microgreens, but I also find they work good for the seedlings as well. The rockwool trays fit perfectly in them, and I can leave them in here while I have them stacked in germination, and then I'll take them out of these trays when I then move them onto the watering table. My method for seeding is actually very simple. I've tried different seeders before, different devices, and I end up coming back to this. It's just an envelope. In this case, it's an old seed packet. Corner cut off at the top, opening to put the seeds. So I will show you with these kale seeds. They're a good size to be able to see them pretty well. Pour the seeds inside. And the benefit to this, when you have them in the envelope, you can really line them up. You can line them up individually. I'm using a whittled stick. Pencil also works really good. And this, it's so simple, but it makes it so easy to go through these rockwool cubes and put one seed in each cell or multiple seeds. When I'm seeding the green onion, I'm putting probably 6 per cell. But a lot of these other ones I'm doing individual. The lettuce is 1 seed per cell unless it's the mix that we do. And this just makes it really easy to go down the line And with the stick or pencil, I can guide one seed into each cell. Like I said, I've tried other things before, and this is what I end up going back to. You can see here where the envelope comes in handy. This is watercress that I'm seeding right now. And with this, I can easily separate out, I want about 5 seeds per cell. So I can just guide that forward. I've got 5 seeds, easily goes into each cell. And then I have the next bit of seed right behind that I can again separate out the 5 seeds that I want. Makes it easy. Now, if you think my envelope seeder is high-tech, wait till you see how I germinate. So I have a large plastic storage container, just something we picked up at Home Depot, and I have that underneath my work table here. Inside there, I have 2 of these heat mats. They're just standard greenhouse heat mats. So I have 2 of those actually standing up, one on each wall on the sides. So all of my seedling trays, I just have them all stacked together. And this whole stack goes inside of that storage container in between those heat mats. Those will be in there. The heat mats are only needed this time of year. It's only because it's cooler out. Summertime, I don't need to use those. It makes a nice warm and humid environment in there for the seeds to germinate. And I have those in there for about 3 to 4 days. Summertime, it's more like 3. Wintertime, it's more like 4 days before everything germinates. And then from there, I will move it onto the grow table. I do have a piece of 2-inch foam that's underneath that storage container just to lift it up off the ground. It's not getting that cold from the ground that's seeping up into those trays. So between that little bit of insulation and those heat mats in there, it's keeping it nice and warm and nice and humid so that the seeds germinate. After germination, they're going to move on to the grow table. So these sheets here would have been last week's seeding. So they were in germination for 4 days. And then I take them out of the trays and put them here on the watering table. These are what are going to be planted this week. So these are 4 weeks old. In the summertime, I'll reduce that. Actually, pretty soon, now that the days are getting longer, I'm going to reduce that to either 2 or 3 weeks worth of seedlings on the table. So again, these are 4 weeks old, and these are going to be moving into the tanks in 2 days. So that's pretty much the seeding schedule for the week. And that's going to do it for now. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, leave us a comment. And thank you to everybody who left us a comment last week. It was really nice hearing from you guys. It was nice of you guys to welcome us back. We'll see you guys in the next video.